Beyond everyone's guess. Number 1, Usher. Usher lived with Diddy when he was...
Now he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives.
The allegations were revealed today by attorneys representing more than 100 alleged victims who are preparing to sue.
This is one of those stories where, we haven't had this in a long time. Right when you think it couldn't get crazier, it does.
Shy Diddy is facing serious allegations, including disturbing claims of sexual assault, trafficking, and the existence of underground tunnels under his home. These troubling revelations are challenging his legacy, with more details expected to emerge in the trial set for May 2025. Once celebrated as a music mogul and cultural icon, Diddy is now entangled in legal issues that span decades, even linking him to the untimely deaths of artists from his Bad Boy Records label. While he has been known as a successful entrepreneur and producer, these new accusations paint a much darker picture.
The 54-year-old music mogul, still locked up, still locked away in the Metropolitan Detention Center out in Brooklyn as he awaits trial on federal sex crimes charges, racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, transportation to engage in prostitution. Essentially, prosecutors from the Southern District of New York allege that Combs used his business empire and resources and associates to lead a criminal enterprise that was engaged in illegal activity like arson, bribery, kidnapping, even the assault and sex trafficking of women, and that this was going on for years. And more specifically, they allege that he brought in male sex workers for these events called freak-offs, these elaborate sexual performances that he forced, threatened, or coerced people to be a part of, even drugging people, filming these sessions. That's what the allegations are. And it's a complicated case.
British TV host Precious Mirror has publicly alleged that she witnessed underage girls being drugged and sexually exploited at Diddy's infamous parties. Her claims are part of a broader pattern of accusations, with singer Cassie, who had a long-term relationship with Diddy, also filing a lawsuit against him for abuse and exploitation.
And that leads us to the newest allegation, coming from Precious Mirror, a British TV host who has thousands of followers on Instagram. Mirror says she moved to New York in 2005 and was told that she needed to network to make a name for herself in the entertainment industry. That led Mirror to some of Diddy's parties, where she allegedly witnessed some sinister actions, young girls being drugged against their will and forced to have sex. She told the Daily Mail, quote, "I wanted to be invited and be around these amazing and incredible people, so if you had the opportunity, you went. Back then, we didn't have the luxury of social media and Instagram to message a brand directly. Going to parties weren't just an option, but they were part of our job." According to Mirror, shuttles or SUVs with tinted windows would pick up girls and take them to these Diddy parties that oftentimes had some major celebrity names. Mirror says she was warned not to smoke any weed there because Diddy would apparently sprinkle stuff in it. On top of that, the vodka shots were apparently laced with drugs. At one point, Mirror says she had a drink that was spiked, causing half of her face to go numb. She said, quote, "I truly believe that not participating in drugs prevented me from going into a dark place that many other girls went to." During this era, Mirror says she met Diddy and Cassie, who were dating. She says Diddy was obviously the leader of the pack, who took advantage of young girls who had showbiz dreams. It didn't matter if the girls were underage either. Mirror says it was not a place for children, as there was nudity and sex, but that didn't stop Diddy from recruiting young women, allegedly. Mirror says, quote, "I saw people hooking up sexually. When I went to the bathroom, I saw condom wrappers and fragments of cocaine on the side with whatever thing they used to sniff it." She went on to say that as the leader, Diddy was never told no. She said, quote, "You can sense that he has a lot of confidence and that he likes to be in control and tell his inner circle what to do. And I don't think anyone ever really says no to him."
Diddy's trial set for May 2025 is expected to feature testimonies from multiple victims, with prosecutors likely presenting strong evidence, including video recordings from his home that allegedly document the abuses. A mysterious aspect of Diddy's legacy is the bad boy curse, referring to the tragic outcomes of many artists linked to his Bad Boy Records label. Once dismissed as speculation, this curse has gained attention due to a troubling pattern of untimely deaths among artists who had conflicts with Diddy or attempted to leave the label.
New and wild allegations tonight in the 27-year-old Tupac Shakur murder case. According to new court documents obtained by News 3, Dwayne "Keefe D. Davis accuses hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs of paying $1 million in a plot to kill Tupac. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Snyder.
And I'm Marie Mortera. Now the lieutenant, first on scene that night almost 30 years ago, was speaking out. News 3's Kalia Patterson here with his response to those accusations.
Jim, Marie, Dwayne Davis, also known as Keefe D, says that rapper Sean Diddy Combs was also involved in that murder of Tupac Shakur. Now, the officer who last spoke to Tupac says that just does not add up with the evidence.
How long would you expect, the rest of the world and the criminal justice system to all sit around and do nothing?
Former Las Vegas Lieutenant Chris Carroll sits down with News 3, unfazed by new court discoveries in the Tupac Shakur murder case. New court documents show that Dwayne Keefe D. Davis accused hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs of paying $1 million for the killing of the rap icon Tupac Shakur. According to the documents, Davis claims Combs paid Eric Von Martin the money.
I just don't see any proof of it. I don't see it leading anywhere other than the real story, which is that the murder took place with Orlando Anderson.
Davis also claims Combs offered to set up a phone call with Terrence Brown. Brown was the driver of the car that drove by with bullets flying out to Shakur and Suge Knight on the Las Vegas Strip, September 7th, 1996.
Former LAPD Detective Greg Kading, who looked into these murders, claimed that Diddy offered $1 million to have Tupac killed. Kading also suggested that Biggie's death, which happened just months after Tupac's, was connected to retaliation in that same conflict. Additionally, Diddy's former security guard, Gene Deal, has publicly stated that Diddy was fully aware of Biggie's death.
When you steal somebody's dreams, Black Rob probably could have changed his life. Probably could have changed the way he thought. Probably could have changed the way he was doing business if he wouldn't have stole G-Dep from him. If he would have treated Craig Mack in the correct way and not try to steal his music, use him in the way that he used Craig Mack to catapult the Notorious Big, Craig Mack's life could have been changed. If he would have never set up the atmosphere and had Big out there in California and bringing Big to that party, the Notorious Big life may still be here. If he wasn't trying to put the blood.
In December 1991, a tragic event took place during a charity basketball game organized by Sean Diddy Combs and Heavy D at a gymnasium in Harlem City College of New York.
The gym reportedly had a capacity of a little more than 2,700 people. However, nearly 5,000 people showed up and security couldn't control the crowd. When organizers closed the door and stopped letting attendees inside, people broke through the gym doors, rushing into the lobby, causing a stampede. 9 people were crushed to death at the bottom of the staircase, and more than 20 others were injured. Both Diddy and Heavy D, whose real name is Dwight Myers, were cited as being responsible for the tragedy. The two didn't face criminal charges following the incident. However, multiple wrongful death and personal injury lawsuits were filed. Diddy reportedly settled the final lawsuit in 2000.
We shows up, and I see that the people was already crowded out there, and it was crazy. So I finagled my way in there, me and Slicknam. I said, I told Puff right then and there, I say, Puff, if they don't do a boxing one outside and get these kids off the door, somebody gonna die tonight. He said, Gene, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You just handle the stars once they come inside.
And because of that incident, Puffy got fired from Uptown.
Yes, he did. We put him on suicide watch.
Oh, he wanted to kill himself?
Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine. I mean, you feel partially responsible for 9 people dying, including a pregnant woman, which is technically 10 if you think about it.
Yeah. I think that he was on suicide watch because he thought he lost everything.
Yeah, that too.
In an exclusive interview, Gene Deal discussed Diddy's concerning behavior, recalling an incident where Diddy allegedly lost his temper and attacked a player over a minor foul. This event is just one of many that expose a troubling side of Diddy, whose public image has been further damaged by accusations of abuse and exploitation. Deal's testimony contributes to the growing evidence against Diddy, painting a grim picture of his actions behind closed doors.